What would you do with an extra 1,000 sales appointments this year? Think about how much revenue that would make you. And if you're serious about getting clients through Instagram, then I highly suggest you watch all the way through, because I'm going to be showing you the newest, latest, most advanced strategies using AI automation. You wouldn't have seen a video like this anywhere else. It's a completely free training. It took me about probably 2 to 3 hours to actually build this Notion document, which I'm going to go through right now. And I don't ask anything in return besides you just watching this video and taking notes, because this is going to make your future easy if you watch this. So yeah, don't be that person that can't focus. I'm going to give you everything. I'm going to put timestamps. Yeah, you don't need a big personal brand in order to make this your reality. So this is my actual Calendly. This is from the last 365 days of the year, 1,100 sales appointments, with most of these coming through Instagram. And yeah, this is a very important video. It's taken me years just to learn what I'm about to share and show you in this video. So yeah, you don't need a big personal brand. You don't need highly edited content. You don't need to spend time manually reaching out to people. And more importantly, you don't need much capital to do what I'm about to tell you. So there's going to be timestamps. You can skip to the part that you're struggling with the most, or you could just watch all the way through if you are really serious about getting clients. So step 1 is your profile build out. Now, don't click off the video. I promise you, I would not be putting this here if it wasn't important. You can spend your time chasing leads, okay? You can do that if you want to. Marcus Aurelius, he put this best. He said, if you spend your time chasing butterflies, they'll fly away. But if you spend the time building a beautiful garden, the butterflies will come to you. E.g., make a profile that is so goddamn good that leads will come flooding to you. And then when you do reach out to people, you're going to get much better reply rates. You're going to get much better appointment booking rates. And that is just how it works. So here are the most, like the 6 important things that these are non-negotiables. These are things you have to have. 6 personal photos. And I've actually given you live examples of what your account should look like. So you need 6 personal, like, lifestyle photos on there. Minimum. You need a non-service related bio. So this could be just like where you're from with an emoji or something like that. And then you can just put entrepreneur or whatever you want there, and make sure you have story highlights, which is the next part. Story highlights basically act as just nurturing. So if you think about it, right, your profile is the modern day landing page, because you reach out to someone, I promise you they will click on your page and it acts as a landing page. Either you're going to have a highly converting one, or you're going to have a shit profile that people just aren't going to resonate with, and then you'll just lose potential appointments. So make sure you spend the time and you actually put story highlights. You don't put your agency or anything to do with your agency, because that will massively reduce your reply rates, and just have it laid out like this. Very simple. You can look at my one in the description if you want and check it out. I don't care. This is what it needs to look like, basically. And you can put your YouTube in there. I don't recommend a Calendly link, just because not many people are going to book through Calendly directly. It's much better to have a lead magnet that they can DM you, and then you basically give them some type of free thing, and then you book them in for an appointment. So that is how you need to lay out in very simple terms. If you don't have good photos of yourself, then just go get some. Whenever you go out for dinner, make sure you wear something nice, take photos, boom, you've got a photo there. If you're at the gym and you're working with fitness coaches, those are who you want to be your clients, then make sure you take gym photos, because it will resonate with them indirectly. And yeah, just very important. If you need to buy more accounts, you don't really want to create a new account and just start selling, because it will get banned or restricted. So make sure you buy aged accounts, z2u.com. I've left a thing here. So if you want this Notion document, then just DM me on Instagram and I'll probably send it to you, just so you can have all like these embedded links and stuff. But keep watching the video first and then message me. So step 2 is how to find potential clients. So where do we actually find clients? What is the best way to get leads to then message or automated? So if you're starting out, you probably don't have an audience, which means that warm outbound is just out of the talking point. Basically, we can't do warm outbound. That is the most effective way to just get easy wins off the bat, because you're reaching out to people who know who you are. But if you don't have an audience, then you can't do that. but don't worry, because you can leverage your competitors' audience. Now, this is the best way to find leads, in my opinion, on Instagram, hands down. So the reason for that is they've done all the hard work. You can find someone in your niche who has built up a following, which are your ICP, your ideal client profiles, and then you can leverage that and just ethically steal their audience, basically, because they've ran paid ads, they've created content, they've spent the time building up an audience of their of your ICPs. So you can go through their following, see who they follow. They'll probably follow other people in the niche. You can go through their likes, comments, and followers. And I'm actually going to show you right now how goddamn easy this is. Like, it is super easy. So, for example, if we just search, I don't know, like Dan Henry, for example, you can see that this guy is in the B2B space, getclients.com. Cool. He's probably got a bunch of business owners who follow him. So what we can do is we can go to any one of his posts. Let's just choose this one because it's recent, and then everyone who's like this is also interested in business, essentially, because that's what his content's about. So you can see that there's people here like this person who's a mental well-being coach. If online coaches is your niche, then you can use this really easily. So these are these are already engaged leads. So if you think about a pipeline, you've got cold leads, engaged leads, like marketing qualified leads, sales qualified leads, and then a booked call. You're skipping immediately to engaged leads straight off the bat by doing this. So you can click on this and it's going to pop up all the people that have liked it. So you can see that this guy's probably selling some type of high ticket service. And then what you can do is you can use Instant Data Scraper, which is this like Pokemon looking thing up here. And it's completely free to use. I'm not affiliated with this tool here. Like, it's completely free. And if you click it, you'll see that it selects all this, and you can see that you can just start crawling, and it's basically just going to put leads into this column here on the left, and that is how simple it is. Boom, you can get a few hundred leads in a matter of seconds. So let me just stop crawling, but you can see that it gives you their username, their first name, and that's all you really need. You can disregard all the other columns, so when you do this, it may look like this, but you can get rid of that. You can get rid of that because we're going to be automatically sending these to all these accounts in a second. So I'll show you how to do that. But you can just get rid of like everything that isn't their username and their first name. That's all you need, basically. And then once you've done that, and let's say you would have a lot more than this. You could go onto other accounts and find probably 1,000 leads in less than an hour of deep work. And then what you'd want to do is you want to put that into a CSV, and this is completely free to do. So you can see that it's downloaded that. And now, if we go back here, now we just need to format this correctly so we get that into Google Sheets. So if we go into here, we go to Google Sheets, we can quite literally just import this. So if we go import, we just go here, boom, really simple, Instagram, and replace spreadsheet, import data, and this is going to be handy in a second when we come back to this. So if you give it a second, it'll probably load. As you can see, boom, you've got leads into a Google Sheets. But now I'm going to tell you how to automatically send it after I've just gone over these two other ways of getting leads. So the second strategy is, the suggested following method. So what I mean by this is, let's say you follow this guy. What's going to happen is you get suggested people here. So you can see that this guy is probably a coach, and these are all people selling high ticket things. And obviously you don't want to reach out to anyone over 50k followers, just because the chance of them seeing it is quite low. But this is another way to get leads. However, it's a bit harder to scrape in a CSV. Maybe you'd need Axiom.ai, which is like a no-code tool, but yeah, it's quite harder to do, whereas this way is probably the best. And you can also just go onto his following, because he will also follow, like, you can see these are people like who are in the business space, social media marketing. So you could easily just do the same strategy and copy that into a CSV. Boom, simple. I'm not going to do it again, but that is the second method. And then the last one is the hashtag search. So you can basically just go into the search and put hashtag real estate, and boom, you'll get a bunch of your ideal clients in one place. So yeah, that is how I would personally scrape leads. There's obviously more ways, but those are the main ones. You can use the Google, and then you can just search on Google for like realtors, and then at Instagram. And if you click search, it's going to do it. So that's another way, but honestly, the top one's probably the best. And now what we need to do is we need to upload leads to Auto Leads, which is by far the best software for Instagram DMs. And this is how you would basically send personalized DMs to these leads on Autopilot. You click a button, you don't need to do anything else. So how you do this is, first of all, you need to sign up for this. So you'd go here, start for free. I've already got an account. Obviously, I'm on the $95 a month. And then you'll see that there's these different options here. You can, I recommend going to the Discord first. And then once you've gone to the Discord, then go to the tutorial, because in the tutorial, you'll see that there's a full page on how to essentially upload leads to the software. So if we click on this, you can see that this is what we need the Google Sheet to look like. So if we go into our spreadsheet with our leads, and if we go back into the part here, let me just move my face over here. You can see that we need name in lowercase and then full name like that. So if we go like this, we want name, and then we want full name. Let me just double check that's what it is. So yeah, perfect. Then what you want to do is as simple as that. You just want to then download this as another CSV. And then once you've done that, you're basically ready to go. Now you can upload leads to the software, which I'm going to show you right now. Okay, so if you go to Auto Leads and you essentially just sign it in like what I just did, then you can basically download this. And once you click download, you'll see that you can do this for Windows or Mac. And yeah, you can do whichever one. Obviously choose your plan first. So if you're just getting started, you can do 75 DMs automatically every single day just for $27, which is like nothing for the amount of time it's going to save you. I promise, it's insane. As well as you can scrape leads in this tool as well. Or like 375 DMs daily for $57. It's insane. So once you've chosen your plan, then you would just download it. And if you have questions, you can join the Discord. And then once you've downloaded it, you'll basically, if we go like this, you'll see that you'll be brought to here. And then what we can do, right, is we can actually upload these leads. So if we clear that, we can basically add a file here. So there's actually a way that you can, so like what I was explaining, right, is Auto Leads. You can see that what we could do is we could actually get this and we can copy the URL and then go to the, and then we can basically just like have it here, and then we can select like 100. And all we can do is we can literally just get DMs at a click of a button into the software. So that's how easy it is. But if you want to scrape followings, then you can basically clear that and just upload the thing we just had, and you can see that it's got that as well. And then this is essentially the profiles you'd want to upload. So in order to do that, you'd basically just need to, if we go here, you would just need to follow this Notion document, which is on the Auto Lead sign up page. There's the tutorial here. We basically just need to, if we go back, we need to upload profiles. So all that is you'd have your name and then your password, and then you would upload that to Auto Leads. And what that allows us to do is to send from this account, and it's going to send to all of these accounts on Autopilot with a personalized message, which is whatever we want basically, which I'll talk about in a second. And this can be multiple profiles. So the reason this software is so insane is because it can send from multiple softwares at the same time. Like, I don't think you realize how crazy that is. So you could be going to the gym and it's going to be sending from 2 accounts to these leads at the same time. Or you could send from 1 account, and if we go to messages, after 50, or we can put this at 50 messages per account. Once it's hit the maximum amount of messages, it's going to switch to the next profile we have uploaded, and it's just going to be able to send DMs on Autopilot from multiple different accounts, so you don't have to keep changing it. Crazy. So that's the dual browser, which you can basically see that you just need to have multiple accounts in the software. You've got a follow only button in case you don't want to message and you only want to follow. Personalized DM, we obviously want to turn on. And then I recommend you have this off, because by following and messaging the prospect, the potential client, it's going to increase the chance of them seeing the message, as well as the reciprocity is going to be there. So they're more likely to respond if you followed them. So yeah, and yeah, you can skip private. You can have proxies turned on. and there's a Notion document in that as well. So this just allows us to keep the account safer if you wanted to do that, because if you're logging in, I would only recommend proxies if you're doing more than 5 accounts. And how it works is every time you log in and every time you send a message, Instagram gets a request from your location, your IP. So what this does is it makes it suspicious if you're logging into 5 accounts and sending 250 to 500 DMs a day. It's a bit suspicious. So you'd want to use a proxy to basically hide your IP address, or it would create a different IP each time you log in to make it not suspicious. That's the simplest way I can put this. And to do that, let me actually go back here. You can see that there's also a Notion thing here on some proxies to get. You've got hidemyaccount.com, you've got anyip.io, and then you basically want to format it like this. But once again, there's an amazing Discord support. Yeah, so you can see that I'm in the Discord now, but this is essentially what the support looks like. And you can essentially open a ticket if you have any questions to do with the software, which is crazy. And it's just an amazing, fast-paced support team, which is amazing. So yeah, if we go back now, now we've done that, we basically just want to start sending. So if we go here, now we need to get into the copywriting because we've gone through the leads. So I'm going to literally give you, if you keep watching, I'm going to give you like a literal script that I've built, and you can replicate this, and it's very powerful. So you need ideal metrics in order to make good decisions. So rowing harder doesn't help if your boat is heading in the wrong direction, okay? So what you need is ideal metrics. Now, ideal metrics is what we're looking for. So, for example, we've got a 15% first reply rate to your opening message. You want a 10% offer presented rate. So you want to, out of 100 prospects you message, 10% you want to pitch your offer. 3% of them, we want to respond positively. And we want to send a calendar link to 3%, obviously. And then the appointment booking rate would be about 1%. So how many people actually book the appointments. So by tracking this, and you can see that you want to have it laid out like this. And once again, just DM me on Instagram if you want this exact tracking sheet here. Pure value, for free, not asking for anything. So yeah, that is essentially how you would track. And then what you would do is after 14 days, you would get the percentage of your actual metrics. So these are what is like you've done. And then you would compare that against the ideal metrics. So you'd fill this out, and let's say that your ideal metric for your first reply rate is 7.5%. When the ideal metric should have been 15%, then we know that the bottleneck is your opening message. So then you would tweak that, you would try and reiterate it, and you would make it better. Whereas if you don't track your metrics, you have got no idea when it comes to fixing bottlenecks, and you'll be stuck in the mud. It's just, trust me, it's worth the extra 10 to 20 minutes a day to track the KPIs and metrics, because you'll know exactly why you're not booking appointments if you're not booking appointments. So it's the same for other metrics, really important. One of the most important things is tracking your metrics. So now let's get into copywriting quickly. So the first message should always be an opening message, and you want to follow them as well to increase the reply rate. And the opening message should just be an easy yes question that solely just gets a response, but also qualifies them. And once again, I've actually given you a live example of what I've built. So let's say you're sending Instagram DMs to med spas. You would say something like, "Hey, first name, do you offer injectable derma fillers?" We're using their language, we're using their terminology, we're resonating with them. In order to book appointments, you need to resonate directly through message and indirectly through your profile. Okay, so when they see your message, they're going to click on your profile and resonate it. With it. So yeah, that's really important, is to create an opening message that qualifies. So it asks a question, it qualifies them, and it just gets a response. If you have a question that makes them think too much, then they're going to spend too much time thinking and they're not going to respond straight away. It's just meant to be an easy yes question that is unique and hasn't been used before by anyone else. So you create your own, basically. Don't reason by analogy, which is seeing what someone does and then just copying them. Just because I've done this, make sure you reiterate it and adapt it to your niche. Then the second message, so once they respond to this and they should say yes or no, you would then do a short pitch with risk reversal and a fair call to action. And this is what it should look like. It should not look like it should not be longer than this. So for example, cool, if I were able to get you 17 more appointments this month with no paid ads or expensive client acquisition strategy, and you only pay me after I deliver the results, would you be totally against me just sending a video on how it works? And this would be a message underneath this message, just so we're double messaging them, making it more likely that they would see it. So this is what your first message should see once they respond to the initial opener, and then it should be about this length. And this is a fair call to action. Notice how we're not asking for a booked call yet. It's unrealistic. We need to give them value first. We need to give before we can receive, and that is just how this works. So yeah, this is what you'd want to do. Once again, create your own. Don't just copy this. The reason we're using 17 is because most people use 15. So we're being unique with our numbers, and we're sort of disarming them with look, there's not going to be paid ads. And if you were wondering how you could actually do this, very easy. You'd ask them for their database or the churned, or maybe members, or sorry, customers that have been to their med spa in the past but haven't like signed up again or been to another appointment. You could just send an AI SMS to all of their old customers with an AI bot on it. So whenever they respond, AI is going to carry out the conversation, book them in for an appointment, and that is an easy way to get 17 more appointments. Very simple. And then would you be totally against me sending a video? We're just trying to get them to say maybe. That's all it is. And then the third message is if they respond yes, you would obviously send the video. But this, yeah, I don't know why I put this here, but this is after you send the video, and if they watch a video and they're interested, you would then say something like, sweet, this week is quite chaotic, so we're putting ourselves at a higher authority. And then we're saying, would 20 minutes on Friday work? If so, morning, afternoon. And that is essentially how you'd book appointments in the simplest form, and make sure you track all of it using this tracking sheet, which you can get by DMing me on Instagram for free. So boom, now you know how to copyright. I think most people, they delay until they have a perfect script. I want to give you a secret. The only way to get a perfect script is by sending a shit ton of volume into the market and getting data back, and then reiterating it and making it better. Don't be afraid to just send 200 messages today. That is how you get better. You have to suck to be able to become great in the future. So now step 5 is to go hard with content, with comment call to actions. So for example, you would create content every single day, minimum once a day, one reel a day. And you can see that the call to action would be comment the word YouTube. So you can see that everyone's commented the word YT. And what that does is it's going to make engaged leads. So you can actually get engaged leads, and it's going to push the content to more people because Instagram sees that the engagement is high. So not only are we getting engaged leads, we're also pushing the algorithm to Instagram, and more people are going to see it. And then what will happen is whenever someone comments this, we have a trigger on Go High Level, and it will auto DM and leverage AI to carry out the conversation. And what that looks like is the trigger is Instagram comment on a post, page is Charlie Barber, post type is publish post is comment the word YouTube, and I'll send you, XYZ. So it adds a tag, engage lead on Instagram, to the CRM. It leaves a response on the comment. So check DMs, tells them to check the DM, and then it's going to send a message. That simple, which could be appreciate the comment on my recent emoji. Here's the link to the full video, whatever. And once again, if you want Go High Level for free, just join my school, but that's a story for another day. And that's how you would basically set up the auto trigger. And yeah, that pretty much brings us to the end of the video. I hope you found this valuable. And if you're looking to automate Instagram DMs and you want to send just mass DMs and you want to book more appointments, I could not recommend autolead.app/home. There's a link here. It will be the first link in the description. And you can basically just try it out. It's amazing. Like, it can send from multiple accounts at the same time, automated, as well as switch between them, as well as proxies inbuilt. There's just like so much like value in there. It's crazy. So yeah, auto leads, make sure to check that out. If you also go onto this link in the description, the first link in the description, you'll also see that if you just sign up quickly, so sign in and then put an email, whatever, you can check out the Discord and you can talk to other people who want to send Instagram DMs and just network. Or you could check the Notion and you'll basically have a tutorial on how to set it up correctly, as well as open a ticket for support if you need that. And if you want this whole like Notion document with like this tracking sheet in, with just all these things, then just DM me on Instagram. and I'll send it across. Make sure to follow me though, because I just post daily stuff on there, which is cool. But yeah, nonetheless, I hope you enjoyed this video. Subscribe if you did, and I'm going to be posting a lot more valuable content like this in the future. So take care and have an amazing day, and I'll catch you in the next video. Check out my other videos up here somewhere. Take care.